Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lakeland Vale Let's Play series with me, CWATTYESO. We are here, about to do a couple of contracts. We've got some free fertilising contracts Delores has accepted. And she's leased herself this lovely Case Patriot Sprayer, which has 40-metre wide, has a 40-metre wide boom. So I'm looking forward to using that. Might be that one. Might possibly just shorten it a little bit by a metre. Right way. No, that's not the right way. I've got the wrong. Well, flip the script, as they say. Right, so I've got 3 fertilising contracts to do. I've then got my own 3 fields to do, or 4 fields, the 4 fields that I've seeded, planted should I say. We've got those to do on this lovely late afternoon evening. And if anybody's wondering why the time scale is at 1 times instead of the usual 10 times, it's because I want to get these contracts done today. So I've slowed the time down. It's also because I've been doing the I've done the grass mowing as well. I've mowed the grass on field 5 as well, and I've done silage bales. So we've done all of that. Case Patriot. Nice bit of kit. Cost me 18 grand to lease it initially, and then obviously operating costs per hour and stuff like that, but the contract should pay for it. And basically what I want to do before I return it, I obviously want to fertilise my own fields. Yes, I could muck around emptying the hardy sprayer type thing we've got, the sprayer we've got, empty the herbicide out of it, fill it up with liquid fertiliser to do the fields. But hey, if I've got this on loan, why not just use this? It'd be so much quicker. With 40-metre booms, I'll be up and down my fields so quick. I have sprayed them. I've sprayed my fields, by the way. I'd obviously removed the weeds that had appeared with the mechanical weeder to remove those, and then I've gone over all 4 fields fully with the herbicide sprayer after planting. So that's all taken care of. You don't have to worry about that. Anything else to report between the last video and this one? Yes, I swapped my planter. I took the Vaderstad planter back to the shop, traded it in for the Horsch, the 18-metre Horsch planter. And I used that to do the planting of field 4. It's quite nice, surprisingly. And what I found quite weird about it was that it's an 18-metre planter, so it's 6 metres wider than the Vaderstad I had before, but the Horsch requires less horsepower. Pull it. It only requires 270 as opposed to the 300 that the Vaderstad was asking for. So actually, doing the planting with the Puma became a lot easier once I switched the planter and bought my new one. Yes, I was very happy bunny. Not only did I gain an extra 6 meters in planting width, which obviously makes planting a lot quicker, the tractor didn't have as much trouble pulling it, so I was able to pull it. I was able to use the planter at the planter's correct operating speed. Yes, all good stuff. All very good stuff. So I've got to do the field over there in a minute. The big field. Then got to drive over and do field 7, and then like I say, I've got my own fields to do after that. Plus I've got the grass field to re-fertilise now, having mowed it. I did silage bales, so I've now got a total of, I've got 109 silage bales now in total in my hay shed, in my little bale shed. So I'm going to need to do some hay next. The next time we do the mowing, we need to do hay, because the hay bales are, I've only got about 60 of those in the shed. Obviously the straw bales I've maxed out at 120 in that bale barn. I've got 11 more silage bales to do before that's maxed out, and then like I say, I need to do the hay bales then. And then we'll kind of be ready. At that point, we'll be ready to start cows. To start doing the cows, because I'll have straw, hay, silage to do all their food and TMR needs and things like that. And I think because I'm playing non-seasons, I don't need to muck about filling up the cows with grass, hay, silage and TMR. I can just put TMR in. I don't need to fill up the other little bits and bobs. There we go. Contract on field 20 is complete. So let's cash that one in quick. That was 16 grand. Field over here is obviously the important one. This is the big daddy field, this one. This is the killer. This is the one, 56 grand. So this will not only pay for the leasing of the machine and the fertilizer, it will actually help us make some money. There was a couple more fertilising jobs originally, but when I accepted those 3, all the other ones disappeared and have now been replaced by like harvesting and stuff. Nola, oats, barley, field 17, barley harvest for 21 grand. That's something we might do tomorrow. Weeding, field 18 using a weeder. Soybeans in field 8. Soybeans field 10. So there's some jobs we're potentially looking at doing. Like I say, I'm now in a process where I pretty much, like I say, once I've got the fertilising done, Delores' farm is in, you know, low maintenance mode at that point. Once we're in low maintenance mode, then we can focus on the contracts and earning of the money. Is this contract complete yet? What I probably ought to do is get myself a nice screenshot of the Patriot in action. Do that in anticipation for the thumbnail. Patriot's so wide, of course, that you can't get it all in. Can't the booms unless you zoom out, in which case then the sprayer gets really small looking. Yeah, nice little mod this. On where this one came from now. This mod. I don't know if the booms have collisions on them or not. I assume they will have for a mod of this sort of quality. We're a quarter of the way through the contract. Gonna take a long time to do this. A long, long time. In fact, so long. Oh. Don't mind me, I'm trying to move my chair and I can't. You know what, let's focus on the task at hand. I was trying to get a drink. I can't. My chair won't wheel. Because somebody stood something behind my chair. There we go. I managed to get a drink. Yeah, get a bunch of contracts done. Maybe then look at doing, say, some harvesting jobs. If I do any like barley contracts and I do the bales, use the little baling buddy with Follow Me, what I may do is, instead of putting the straw bales into storage, I might take them up and put them in the composter at the top of the map. And then what I can do after that is start doing I can start doing some compost spreading instead of fertilizer spreading. You know, we have options. There's a tree. Actually, no, the booms do not have collisions on this machine, on this mod. That's not bad then. You're not going to get snagged up on things then. I think removing the collisions from the booms works very well on maps where you've got significant slopes and hills in fields, because then the booms don't catch the ground and cause you to have slippity-doo-dah issues. I experienced that on the multiplayer map last night when I was playing and I was doing the slurry spreading. I was doing digestate spreading on fields, and because the drag hose has to be in contact with the ground, whenever there was any elevation change at the extremes of the boom, because I was using a 36-metre wide drag hose, it would lift obviously the whole rig up, and then you'd start sliding because you had less wheels in contact with the ground, and it'd push you down. It literally pushed the vehicle sideways down the slope until it levelled off again, and all the tractor's wheels and all the slurry tanker's wheels could make contact with the ground again. It looks like there's weeds overtaking the map somewhere. Yeah, field 18's got a lot of weeds on it. I think that's the field that needs weeding. My fields are going to be fine because I've sprayed them, and they're not going to have any issues again. I've got 2 fields of corn. I went for two fields of soybeans as part of my my plan for my crops this time, after doing the wheat, barley and all that stuff. Wheat, barley, oats and canola at the start of the year. Getting up with the cereal crops. We're halfway complete now, which is always nice. Be half completed. I think if I ever own this field, I would either have to make it a bit smaller, top to bottom. Take it just because there's not a lot of room to turn round at the top and bottom of the field with equipment. Or I'd have to remove the trees from around the field. Always that option. Lovely episode of fertilizer spraying. Seems to be very economical with the spray as well. We're not using a terrible amount. We're not like burning through it. Not at a rapid rate of knots. I've used like 30% nearly of the tank to do these two fields. Nice machine. This is the kind of machine I would think about buying further down the road, so Delores would actually have one of her own. But I'm currently toying with the idea of whether to have this or go with the Terrogator. Because the Terrogator, I can get the sprayer attachment for the back, or I can get the spreader I can have the spreader attachment too. And if I'm going to do compost and stuff down the road, there's obviously a bit of an interest in that. Although technically that doesn't really work, does it? Because to use the manure spreader on the Terrogator, you've got to have the 6-wheeled version. No, sorry, the 5-wheel version. You've got to basically have the extended body. And then the fertilizer sprayer won't connect to that. It only connects to the 3-wheeled, the trike version of the Terrogator. So, yeah, that's not... I'd end up having to buy 2 Terrogators, which kind of defeats the purpose of having the 2 of having 2 machines. I'd hate to have to keep switching the wheels on and off, getting the spanners out and having to keep taking the reconfiguring the Terrogator every time I wanted to switch between spraying or spreading. I'm sorry I keep yawning. I'm so tired today. O'clock in the afternoon, I'm ready for bed. It's nearly 2 o'clock as I record this, and like I say, I could get to bed right now, I think. So tired. I promised myself yesterday that I would record Lakeland Vale videos today. Today would be my recording day, because I've nearly Nearly all my videos are live. I haven't got that many more videos scheduled ahead of time again, so I need to get some episodes recorded, edited, rendered and uploaded, just to give me that little bit of a buffer. But there's a serious risk, because obviously things like in the real world situation at the minute, obviously like Mr. Helgi, who plays multiplayer with me, he's returned to work, returned to his actual place of work today. He's no longer working from home, and there's more and more places that are starting to reopen now. The lockdown is kind of being loosened up a bit, so as more and more people start returning to their normal routines and normal schedules, there's a good chance that me streaming during the daytime isn't going to be very effective, because the people I have been streaming to and the viewers I've been streaming for over the last month or so won't be around in the daytime. They're going to be busy working, which means that going forward, maybe I'm going to have to do more video recording during the day, and then obviously the streaming in the evening when people are available and people are around. Jumping on the old Lakeland Vale. But as I said in the last video, we are about to switch the multiplayer map as well, so I'll need to spend quite a bit of time playing on that, because it's going to be the Fenton Forest 4X map that we go to. Obviously there's going to be a lot of, you know, to do some of the fields on, to work some of the fields on that map is going to take a lot of time, because they're quite, some of them are quite big. And I'm not going to be using tons of modded vehicles this time on the server. But we're nearly finished. Nearly finished this big contract. Big spraying contract to earn 56,000 bucks. Delores has done very well. Today's been a good day of farming. We've got a lot done. In the last two videos, we got the planting done. The subsoiling and planting we got done. We've got the weed killing done, weed spraying. I've done some silage bales, done the mowing, and about to do the fertilising, which means I could probably do some harvesting then. Next video or two. Sell some crops. Keep earning plenty of money. Contract on field 19 is complete. Let's just get to the top of the field before we actually say yes, I agree, we are complete. Because it would be rude to not finish the row we're on. Another contract. This is the big money one. 52 grand complete. Right, field 7's next. Which is actually back towards my farm. So we're going to sort of work, I'm going to work field 7. I'm going to come back, I'm going to do field 5, the grass field, then I'm going to do 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll take this back to the store, return it, and won't pay any more leasing fees, and then I'll be ready. Sleep through the night, and then we'll be ready for a new day tomorrow. Afternoon of farming. There you are, folks. Here's been an interesting look at this Case Patriot Sprayer. I think it's made by, I'm sure now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's made by Coles Farms. It's over on his Facebook page. He's the guy that does the Case Magnum and the Case Steiger mods that I'm using, and does like the Case seeders that I'm using, and the discs, the subsoilers that I'm using as well. He's the guy that's made all those. So if you want to download this Patriot Sprayer, head over to his Facebook page and grab yourself a download of it. Apart from that, I just need to say, please everyone, click the like button on the video. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And share the video wherever you see fit, with whomever you see fit. I'll be back again very soon with another video. Goodbye for now, folks.